Dear friends, very good morning to you. Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor T. Ramesh Garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Kakatiya University, Professor K. Rajareddy
Complete
Garu,
video కావాలండి సార్.
Dean Faculty of Commerce and Business Management, Seminar Director, Madam Professor V. Varalakshmi Madam, Chairperson Professor P. Amaravati Madam, my colleague in Usmania University, Professor B. Sudhakar Reddy Garu, Honorary Director ICS SRC, my colleagues back at Usmania University, Professor Channappa Garu, and PRO Patrick Garu, respected colleagues in the Department of Commerce and Management, respected students, good afternoon to you. I always feel Kakatiya University is my parents' house. I feel always I have a great pleasure to come to Kakatiya University. ఒక మాటలో చెప్పాలంటే మా పుట్టిల్లు లాంటిది Kakatiya University. Dear friends, I give a 2 minutes introduction about the national education policy. Then I focus on the management, what kind of benefits the students are getting. First of all, what are the problems associated with this management education, and how the students are also getting benefited, how the business schools are going to benefit it, and what kind of actions that are already initiated by the central government, like His Greatness Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Friends, what is happening? It is already delayed, though we are telling that National Education Policy 2020, but still we are discussing the implications of the National Education Policy in 2023. One thing, certain governments are already being accepted to implement this one, but still there are certain governments, they are yet to accept to give the permission to the state university to implement this one. Second, here what is going to happen? This is one type of advantage. I never say it's a disadvantage, that's a limitation. And we have several states with multi-lingual languages. In this one unique thing we need to definitely has to go at least 70 to 80% is the common, and the 20% the states can differ on their one. That means 20 to 30% they can have. Like when you say autonomy college, they have to follow 70% curriculum of the university, and 20 to 30% they can have their own curriculum. Therefore, it's like differentiation from one institute to another institute. So as you friends, it is the National Education Policy 2020, which is going to have a certain modifications. I don't say it's a replacement of 1986, but what are the limitations that we have in the 1986? That's what we are going to modify and implement rigorously. That is NEP 2020, and we are going to achieve a modern education with a multi approach by 2030. And this is also divided into one is foundation stage, preparatory stage, middle stage, and secondary stage. The total education system is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. And coming to the, let us focus on what kind of problems at present we have in the education system. Like Professor Rajareddy Garu said, there is a huge gap between industry and academia. Actually, this is not a common, my dear friends. This is quite common in advanced countries also. I worked in 5 countries, including USA and UK. After that, I have visited another 11 countries. And my core concentration, whenever I have gone to these countries, I have studied the university system, how they are going to implement. First of all, when you look at the UK education, by March 31st, which is they have to suppose to implement by April 1st, they develop the benchmarks related to the accounting, benchmarks related to the management, benchmarks related to the arts, benchmarks related to the science. Now the question is, under the UK, either their universities or business schools, whatever they are offering, they are bound to achieve this benchmark. But here sometimes what is happening in the UK, some institutions, they perform more than the benchmarks laid down by the Ministry of Education. Some institutions, they perform lesser than the benchmarks laid down by the government. Then they conduct a meeting. The reason for dismal performance, less performance, and the more performance. Sometimes what is going to happen, the interesting thing, certain business schools, they perform very high than the benchmark specified. There is a fine to them. That means they are cutting the throat of other people and they are poor. Second one, there are certain business schools, they are performing much lesser than the benchmarks specified by the government. Then also there is a fine. This is the first thing. Second problem in India, this is what we are not in a position to implement, and we are always performing without the benchmarks, number one. Number two, and we are only too much focused on the grades actually. What is happening? Forget about the knowledge and the logic. What they say is that whether our children got 99% or 95%, that is the focus what we are adopting. That means what we talk about the 360 degrees performance appraisal in terms of the educational knowledge, that's what we are missing perfectly. Friends, there is one example. I am conducting a class, how to swim. I conducted a theory examination. All my students who secured 95%, can they go and jump in the swimming pool? Theory they got 95% actually. Can they go and swim? That is what actually in the management education we are missing. And more or less you see, yes, Vani Lathurkar Madam, SRTM University professor, rightly said, we don't have such a pedagogy except a project work. We have a little project work that is also sometimes copied by the students from the outsourcing actually. Except that we don't have a much of practical consideration in management education. If that is the case, the gap what we are having today, the gap is going to increase every day. And once the gap is going to day by day, and it is very difficult to reduce the gap, there our thinking process will stop actually. At least this is the high time, like implement this management education very rigorously and without much scope, because when the government has laid down even before 2020 also, and they have opened for the discussion, and many experts they have given their opinion, and after that the final text has to come, and it has come. Now I think this is the without the much delay we have to implement. The next point in the management education is that we have a severe competition. Friends, how to cope up this competition? This competition can be adopted and the student can have an adaptability of this competition, provided that we got a multidisciplinary. It is something like that you see, and once you look at the 360 degrees, like performance appraisal in the job oriented one, don't feel that I am a financial specialization, I will do only this one. Let us say that we are only marketing specialization, I will do this one. That means whatever the task given by the company, that's what this year we have a 100% placement back at Usman University. Our package is started from 8 lakhs to 20 lakhs actually. But still, there is a lot of criticism by the banks or the multinational companies who have taken the placement from our Usman University Department of Management. They say that your students are only suitable only 30 to 40%. Again, it is a high time to retrain our students in our organization. At times we are feeling that we are giving another MBA degree to the students by giving the appropriate time. This should not go on. So here, what is going to happen? In our education system, it is not the management or the commerce or the engineering or the intermediate. What is going to happen? When our child has entered into one corporate college, what they do, they remove that child brain, keep it aside, put their brain into the child head. The result is 95% without logic. That's why when you look at the claim, most of the Andhra Pradesh, combined Andhra Pradesh students, they back the IIT seats. And once they join the IITs, and they are asking the faculty, sir, we cannot go to the library and we can't read the books, right? Can you prepare some 20 pages notes? Therefore, I will read that 20 pages notes and write the examination. In this process, what is going to happen? The results of the getting of high marks may be correct, but the logic is going to be 100% it is going to be absent. And any education system, that's what you see, and poor education system, a country need not be destroyed by an atomic bomb. The country can spoil perfectly where there is no quality of education. That's what our Vice Chancellor of the University say about it. So now, without apprehensions, what is going to happen, my dear friends? There is a criticism. I don't say it's a political criticism or the individual criticism. We have developed a system. Unless we implement that system, the pros and cons we doesn't know. We have developed a system. Let us implement. Take the feedback of the system for 1 year or 2 years. Then let us review. If you don't implement the system, what are the consequences that are emerging from the system you doesn't? That is what I feel, like the initiative taken by the Indian government, right? For good or bad. If at all you want to know the good or bad, whether it is a good system or the bad system, first we have to implement. Without implementation, it's not possible. 1:30 or 2 o'clock, the lunch is going to be arranged actually. And once you take the lunch, then only whether it's a taste or no taste, then only it will be coming out. That is what the emergence comes. Now, there are certain highlights. If this NEP 2020 is going to be implemented 100%, how the colleges are going to benefit, how the students are going to benefit. Definitely, I will give a few outlines. Nowadays, what is happening in management? We are producing MBAs, but not managers. This is the high time that we should produce managers, but not MBA. The second one is, and we always talks about the practical content, but still these practical contents, I have completed 33 years of service from Usmania University with 11 countries visiting of experience. We talk about the practical content, but there is no question of implementing the practical content. And here what they are trying to focus. When I was teaching in United States of America, I have one particular specialization subject is only 3 students. But when you talk about in our Indian system, those people who join LKG, all the students they complete 10th class, all the students complete +2, all the students complete degree, all the students also going to complete PG. Yet wrong, there is no break, and the break which is required to gain the practical exposure in our country, it is not there. But when you look at other countries, after +2, they work for 2 years. They gain the experience, they join in 3 years degree or 4 years degree course. And after that, again they work for another 4 to 5 years, then they come to PG. And getting research degree admission, very difficult, very difficult. That's the process. That means at the every stage we need to. It is something like that, for 0 to 10, small baby, 0 size or 1 or 2 years. And we have to feel certain things like milk. I cannot say that what is the use of you are taking the milk, you eat chicken 65 or mutton fry, therefore you are going to get a greater protein. That fellow will die. That is what in our education system, what has to be, my dear friends, the logical approach has to be there. Like it is something funny when we are asking about Viva sometimes, because it's an open form, I can share everything actually. We are asking the questions, he is not able to tell. We are asking the questions, the student is not in a position. Of course, this is the only 1%, I don't think 99% are very. When I ask this, just to tell the full form of MBA, very difficult. Sometimes I found it's difficult. And now the problem is whether this is a mistake within the system, or mistake with the professors, or mistake with the students in sense. It is something like that. When there is a some stage food, you will go there. When the food is not good, you never go there. Now what is going to happen? Madam is telling that we have a plenty of opportunities in the commerce and business management, which is very good. For one student, you have 2 offers. But the thing is that provided that you are the right candidate. provided that you are a right candidate. Like it's a person that IIM people, they will get a 1 crore package per year, and our business management people from Usman University 8 lakhs or 6 lakhs per year. Why? What's the difference actually mean? It's a curriculum design and the curriculum implementation. Now, once the student has taken a BPC, he has to go to either D pharmacy or B pharmacy or agriculture something. There is no option for him actually. Those person who has taken the commerce, he has to go for the BCom or some other course. So here, the flexibility is not there. And in this course, you see, there is a list of the courses of 50 or 60, and you choose the courses of your interest choice. And after that, if you are not interested, shift to another course. Shift to another course. Finally, you are going to end up to get such a degree, the course which is your interest. Unless we prevail for the interest actually, otherwise we come to it. Second point, if this NEP is going to be implemented rigorously, what kind of benefits these schools or the MBA colleges are going to get it? Friends, it's not only for the MBA colleges. In overall, no affiliation from the university is required. It's an autonomy will be granted, and they have a full freedom to design their own curriculum, because you are going to design your own curriculum, and if it is not accepted in the industry, students are not going to join in your institution. That means you have to work very rigorously that to see that your curriculum has to be validated in that one. That is what the total NEP is working on, only 3 formulas. That is, every student know the block diagram of a computer, that is input, process and output. Our focus is only on output. Friends, is it possible to get a quality output without proper inputs? Inputs are not qualitative one. Is it possible to get a correct output? No. The second point is, yes, your qualitative inputs you have 100% complete validated inputs are available to you, but without correct process, is it possible to get the correct output? Right. Sometimes this is a very interesting example, and your inputs are proper, that means they are correct, your process is also correct, but your output is wrong. This is because of the natural calamity, right, of the nature of the industry or the approach. What is going to happen? And generally, people like Nageshwar Rao, who is going to retire in the next May, this year, another 2.5 months, I am not interested for the change. If my madam is going to implement rigorous changes, I am not interested, because another 1 or 2 years I am going to, if I am going to accept for such changes, I have to work for 12 hours. Now it is not required. This mindset of the people has to go. This mindset of the people from the students also has to go, right? It is something like that. There are 1,000 jobs are available. 9 lakhs applicants are applied. Out of 9 lakhs, 6 lakhs students are rigorously preparing for the competitive examinations. But the end result, you will get only 1,000 jobs. And there are students who have completed their PhD, and very interestingly, they have been applied for constable posts. This I am not criticizing. Government job is government job. Getting government job is very difficult, but after getting the government job, relax yourself. This mindset has to go actually. What is happening? Today the biryani is available, we are very happy. Biryani is not available, vegetarian food is available, we are also very happy. That is also not available, bun is available, that is also very happy. This mindset has to be removed from all the segments. Then only it's not the question of what I am trying to implement the NEP. What the foods we are going to get, how the foods are going to be enjoyed, that is what has to be identified and thoroughly implemented. And a couple of days back, my family is not happy with me. My wife and my children, they are not happy with me. And morning you go by 7:30. What time you are going to return from the office, we doesn't know. That means you are not sparing any time. That means I thought I am a very logical person. That means satisfied the mind of my wife. I gave an example. I think everybody using a cell phone with you. Cell phone is having generally a SIM card. I told my wife, I am only the cell phone and you are my SIM card. What is going to happen? Here I used the technique actually, which is I felt it is correct but is 100% wrong. I said, Madam, It's only the cell phone. And do you think that without SIM card, the cell phone is going to work? It never works. That means you are my SIM card. Whether I am with you or without, you are the SIM card. You are always in my heart. You are always in my heart. So then she said, I am very happy, Nageshwara Garu, you go and work in the college itself. But after 1 minute she returned, because she is basically psychologist. Nageshwara Garu, I think your phone is a dual SIM actually. One SIM is a government SIM, which doesn't have any signal, that is me. Another SIM is a Airtel, which is a very small SIM, Huawei. Here what is happening, my dear friends, for every problem, we are trying to put a solution which is not valid. Which is not valid. That is what in the present curriculum, which is going to happen every time, right? That's what I'm trying to say. And the freedom, the thinking power has to be given to the students. It is the right process to extract the right knowledge from a student. If we don't give that approach, you see, Nageshwara will come to the class, he will vomit in the classroom whatever he hasn't studied. If any student is going to raise that question, no, you ask at the end, because I pretty well know that that student will forget that question by the end. This approach should not be there, and 100% logical freedom for the brainstorming session the students has to be given, and whatever the gap is there between the industry and this one has to be reduced. I appreciate the entire Faculty of Commerce and Business Management for their taking up this seminar sponsored by the UGC and our Director of ICSSR, State Council of Higher Education and so on. And for me, it's a great opportunity to this one. And final conclusion I'll give to you, just I've read it. To conclude, it's a high time to implement the NAP with a great enthusiasm. However, the limitations are such as faculty need to be focused on more on the innovation. Actually, we have two things: research. I never believe in research. I never believe in PhD degrees. Have you got any innovation copyrights of the parents? That you tell me. It's not the thing that Usman University has produced 10,000 PhDs. Out of 10,000 PhDs, how many innovations you have been done? Right? And are you in a position to create the right infrastructure or not? These are the certain limitations of the NEP, but the limitations should be there. Without limitations, we never grow. I thank one and all for your patience with me.